Hey everyone, Jim Yort here. When I'm talking with someone who's considering starting a new personal growth project, making some effort toward personal development, one of the concerns I hear a lot is something along the lines of, I'm too old or it's too late for me. Almost as if at the time they were born, the person walked into a movie theater and sat down and started watching this movie of their life play out, and now they're halfway through the movie, and maybe it's too late to get up and go to a different movie that's also halfway through, they feel. So I guess we just have to sit here and watch this one till the end and hope that it turns out okay and that I enjoy it. Well, what I try to help people understand in these situations is that personal growth, personal development, is really less about the content of your life story than it is about your relationship to that content. And so I try to help people move away from this sort of passive spectator role in their life and more toward one of being an active producer in their life. Let me explain what I mean. Let's say you have the goal of being a parent, but now you've become biologically incapable of being a parent. Well, that might be a fact for you, and so maybe you need to consider adoption instead. Or let's say that you're 45 years old and you're an accountant, but your dream has always been to be an FBI agent. But you've kind of put that goal off to the side for many years, but now you're 45 and you think, I've only got one life to live. I'm through putting this off. I'm going to walk away from this career and apply to the FBI and become an FBI agent. Well, unfortunately, the FBI has an age cutoff. If you're over 37, you're pretty much out of luck. So in that case, again, you might not be able to achieve that dream. And this is the problem with tying your hopes and dreams to these external outcomes, which it's kind of a 1 in a million shot for a lot of them. It kind of sets up this tightrope that it's really easy to fall off of. Okay, so let's say that you're that accountant, but instead of 45 years old, you're 35 years old. So you still have a couple of years left. And you decide, okay, yep, I'm walking away from this career and becoming an FBI agent. Well, this would be equivalent in this metaphor I'm using to getting up from your seat in one theater and then moving over to this one where you're playing the role of an FBI agent. And that's great. That's taking initiative to take action in accordance with some dream that you have. But if it ends there, then what you've done is simply moved yourself from being an audience member, a spectator in this theater, to a spectator over here. And true, maybe this movie has a happier ending for you because it's more aligned with what you want, but again, it's more of a passive role. What about, rather than getting up from your seat in one theater and moving to a different theater, what about getting up and leaving the theater altogether and going to a studio where you can create the film, the story of your life exactly the way you want it? So with you playing the role of director, saying, this is the shot I want. I don't want this shot. And here's how I'm going to put this narrative together in a way that is cohesive and makes sense to me and is entertaining to me and enjoyable to me. But not just playing the director, playing the lighting person. Which part of me is a part that I want to highlight and bring into the foreground as the protagonist, say, in this story, and which will I allow to be more in the background and more dimly lit? Or what about being the sound person? Which parts of me need to have their voice heard in the world? And maybe which parts of me do I need to hear myself more? And maybe which parts do I need to hear less and turn the volume down on? And also playing the role of writer. Here's the theme that I want to permeate this story. Here's the way that I, as the hero, the protagonist of this story, am going to rebound from this setback. Here's the twist, the plot twist that is going to make things interesting, right? Where I'm going to turn a corner and try something new. So I'd really like to encourage you to look at the movie of your life in this way, that it's really less about the content and more about the theme that you want it to represent. What is the meaning of this story of yours? What is the purpose of it? Because as much as we plan, the details of our life usually aren't going to work out the way we want them to. Things are going to happen to which we will respond. And if you respond to them in a way that is consistent with this overall view of your story as a narrative that you are building and writing and filming one page, one shot, one scene at a time, then you're going to end up with a really compelling, interesting story that you won't want to put down. It'll be a page turner. It'll be the movie that you never want to end. It'll be the never-ending story of your life. And that is really what personal growth and personal development is about. It is about the journey, not about some finish line, some destination. The finish line or the destination doesn't really exist. It's the process that makes all the difference. And since there's no finish line, that means that it's also never too late to start. So that's what I'd like to leave you with today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please go down there and click like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please share the video with anyone who you think might benefit from it as well. And also please visit my website at jimyort.com, where you'll find a wealth of resources around a variety of topics pertaining to personal development. And in particular, I have a download there for you called Reach Your Peak, which is a free PDF that you can download. And I walk you through the ways in which your physical, social, psychological, and vocational well-being all come together in this story of yours to dramatically influence, for better or for worse, your well-being and satisfaction with your life, and ways that you can improve your functioning and well-being in all those areas. So head on over to my website, jimyort.com, where you can get that free download. Thank you for joining me today, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.